In this tutorial we're going to use y equals mx plus c, which is the equation for a straight line, to be able to look at a graph and derive the equation. So it sounds really complicated, but actually it's really easy. It's very similar to constructing the line from the equation. It requires the same points. The first point you need to know is C, again, is y intersection. Okay, and m is the gradient or the slope of the line. Once you know this, it should be fairly easy to construct the line, which will be given in the question as two coordinates, and then work back and end up with an equation that fits the line. So let's have a look at that. Let's get rid of that. Right, the first thing they're going to give you is a line. They're probably going to give you two coordinates and ask to come up with the equation. So let's say, for example, they give you that one and that one in the example, which is going to be 1, 2, and 3 and 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The first thing to do, just to clarify this, is to draw a line for the graph. Draw the graph, get an idea of what's going on with it. Okay, obviously this should be really accurate because what we're looking at, I think I've actually managed to do this, so that's good. We're trying to get the first point, which is C, or the y intersection. You can see it's crossed, the line's crossed the y there, and that's equal 1. So we have the first bit already, plus 1, let's put it there. All we need now is the gradient. The gradient, pretty easy actually. You find the gradient by gradient equals the difference in y over the difference in x, which just means counting the squares again. So the way to do that is to pick your best triangle. Now, if you want an easy life and you haven't got very good graph paper, the way to do this is to define your triangle on whole squares. You can do it anywhere on here, but if you get half a square, it's really hard to count them. So try and go for whole squares. Now, we've got, in the x direction, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put that there. Using y over x, gradient equals y over x, obviously. And in the y direction, we've got 4. Okay, that cancels down to 1. So that's fairly easy. So that is basically the final equation will be y equals 1x plus 1, which should be really written equals x plus 1, which is the same thing, but that's how it's written. And that is your final answer.